So I hate to say that I told you so, but unfortunately, here we go. I'm going to show you guys something regarding Nmplol, and then we have 3 videos to react to right after. So here's a video I released on July 30th. June 30th. It is now July 4th. I made this video about 5 or 6 days ago, and then I'm going to once again tell you why people hate me, because I predict all of this shit.
Jesus Christ. Can we stop fucking encouraging women to do this shit? It's fucking miserable.
It is.
You know what's crazy? You know what's fucking crazy?
Yep.
All of these stupid fucking women on the internet.
Yep.
And when they're in a relationship with somebody, they never say there's anything wrong.
Yep.
They never say there's anything wrong.
Yep.
Years later, they see them still being successful.
Yep.
Years later, they still see them being happy. Years later, they still see them killing it in all aspects of life while they're sitting there doing nothing, realizing, oh shit, maybe I was the problem. And they say, fuck, I'm miserable and I hate myself.
True.
I gotta make him miserable and hate his life.
Yep.
And we just allow this shit.
Yep.
We just allow this shit. And the lawyers win in all of this.
They do.
I mean, you know, Nick and Milena, neither one of them get to win. They don't. They don't get to win. Now NMP will be known as an abuser and a horrible fucking spouse for the rest of his life because LOL, man bad.
So, once again, I say, a woman sees a man moving on with his life. They never say anything's wrong during the relationship. But lo and behold, guys, that thing that people say never happens, well, guess what? It happened again. So we found out some of the court transcripts that were leaked by Henry Resilient. And in this video, there was a screenshot of Milena accusing Nmplol of being an abuser and human trafficking her. What about the bank account? I asked my dad about that and he agrees. Gaslighting me for years saying I'm crazy, too crazy to be on the account. My mom didn't have access to that at all with my money in it, and she got her half when they divorced. That's human trafficking. Are you aware of it? Lamau, it's not. It is. Working for free while is controlling the money of a foreign citizen. Yes, guys. Milena, in a court of law, has now used a Discord screenshot to accuse Nmplol of being a human trafficker. And so in the future law court debates that they will be having in front of a judge, Nmplol will have to defend himself on why he is not a human trafficker. And if I've said this once, I've said this a million fucking times. Women are, these women, you break up with them, they realize, wait a minute, I was the problem. They realize now they're miserable. They see the man moving on with his life without them, and they desperately want to be a part of it. They know they can't be a part of it. So you know what they do? They say, I'm going to make him as miserable as I am, and I'm going to falsely accuse him of a crime. We've now seen this with Rich Campbell 13 times. We've now seen this with Saikuno 8 times. We are now seeing this with Nmplol, and the list could go on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a male content creator and you are planning to break up with your girlfriend who fucking sucks, you better get a fucking lawyer before you do, because none of these women can move on gracefully. No, of course they won't do that, because they need to make you miserable like they're miserable. And they have you in a fucking hostage situation. If you ever try to break up with your abusive, retarded ass partner, they're gonna throw as many false allegations towards you as humanly fucking possible, because they cannot stand to see you succeed. So, known hate watcher of Nmplol, Henry Resilient, actually in complete schizo fashion pre-orders the court transcript and starts to read it aloud on the internet. This guy paid like $200, $250 to get this transcript first, just so he can go in on Nmplol before everybody else. Schizo-ass behavior. You know who else did that? Mizkif, because that guy is weird as fuck too. Now, Henry Resilient didn't write a fake transcript. You know, Henry Resilient didn't hire someone to stalk NMP in real life, just like Miz did. But we are reaching levels of schizophrenic behavior that I never thought was possible. But I am going to neutrally react to this. You guys understand that I'm pretty neutral to positive leaning about Nick, but I'm very negative leaning towards Malena. Henry Resilient, I don't really fucking know who he is. I don't really care. I just know he's an NMP schizo. That's pretty much all I know about him. I'm going to go into this video as fairly as possible. We're going to react to the entire thing, and then we're going to watch NMP's short reaction to this video and the actions he's going to take because of this. So I have not watched this. Let's get into it. 4.7 thousand likes, 1.8 thousand dislikes on a 22,000 view video. Very interesting.
I've been one of the few channels covering Nmplol's divorce extensively.
Palom.
It was recently finalized. Him and Malena's divorce was finalized. And I took to X to post an example.
My cousin Nmplol divorce was worse than I thought. I don't know how we see these screenshots and we have Malena's side here. He just showed you the screenshots that I showed y'all, and somehow he's claiming that he's on Malena's side. This is insane.
Exhibit that I obtained from Travis County Court, legally obtained, by the way.
Travis County Court, that is in Austin, Texas. In case you don't know, Travis County Court in Austin, Texas is one of the most liberal counties in America. It is, in fact, the liberal central, the liberal capital of Texas. Pretty much the majority of Texas is all red. Austin, Texas is bluer than California, or just as blue as California. Feel free to look that up. Feel free to fact check me if you think I'm lying. But yes, women get away with a lot of bullshit in Travis County because the majority of judges are feminist and you're in a blue county. It is a very bad place for you to go if you're a man. Let's talk about it.
Let's add more context and go over Petitioner's Exhibit 093.
Better yet, for anybody who's doubting what I'm saying here real quick. So, Google this. Is Austin, Texas, and Travis County very liberal, as some might say the liberal capital of Texas, rivaling California? Yes, Austin and Travis County are notably liberal by Texas standards, often called the blueberry in the tomato soup, or the liberal capital of the state. But they do not rival California in overall liberalism. Okay, so they're blue, they're incredibly blue, but they're not as retarded as California yet. But it is considered the liberal capital of Texas. A lot of people who cover court cases in Travis County really enjoy ignoring that fact. And they say, oh my God, Texas is so red. Well, it is, but not Austin, Texas. Not the liberal county or the liberal capital of Texas.
Nick, you're controlling me always. Hey, R word. And when I'm not controlled, you lose your ish. You've done nothing for 6 months. Stop gaslighting me. Jesus, that's not controlling you. That's saying a fact. Hello.
So what he's going to do here is he is going to read every single message by Nmplol in a mocking voice, and every written word said by Malena, he's going to say in a neutral voice. Let me essentially do this for you, what he's going to do. NMP. Oh, Malena. Oh, but you're the worst person ever. Malena. Oh, Nick. Well, if you ever get the chance, I am just a poor innocent little angel. He's going to do this the entire video. I understand how all these content creators work who have an agenda to push, and Henry Resilient is definitely one of those people who really has an agenda to push versus Nmplol. Let's keep going here.
What about the bank account then? Yeah, Nick, what about the bank account? I asked my dad about that, and he agrees. Okay, so Nick has to check in with daddy. Sounds good to me.
Everything Nick is going to say, he is going to put a negative spin on it. Everything Malena is going to say, he is going to say, well, actually, that makes a lot of sense. I called this in the first 10 seconds of watching this video. He also said, axed. Brother, learn how to speak English. I'm surprised I didn't hear a fucking African ceiling bird go off right now. Let's keep going here. Who is this guy? He's essentially an NMP schizo. He's a guy who pretends he's a lawyer. Let me actually, I don't want to undersell him. If this guy has a degree, no. Henry Resilient is not an actual lawyer. He's a YouTube content creator who makes videos about legal dramas, divorce, and lawsuits. So no, he's not a lawyer. He's not educated. He's not someone who's actually qualified like Legal Mindset. Legal Mindset is a actual lawyer, a guy who's done actual cases, a guy who studies actual law. I'm not really going to take any of this guy's opinion seriously on a legal issue. However, Legal Mindset is somebody who I would actually take seriously. Let's keep going here.
Gaslighting me for years, saying I'm crazy, too crazy to be on the account. My mom didn't have access to that at all. Okay. She says, with my money in it, like, bro, wait, she got an account with her money in it she don't have access to, and she got her half when they divorced. Well, that's human trafficking. Are you aware of that? Lamau, it's not. It is. Working for free while controlling the money of a foreign citizen. This is getting interesting, man.
Yeah, accusing someone of human trafficking is pretty fucking insane. And we should shame more women who throw out false allegations like this, obviously.
Okay, the OTK is human trafficking us too, because they don't pay us. Traffic from where? And you have your own money. And by the way, do you have access to the... Wait, and by the way, you do have access to the account, so that's actually a lie. You have your own login and everything. Okay, well, does she have the ability to take money out of this account? That's a huge question. Because when you say like, oh, you have access to it, so she can see the money, but can she take the money out? If she wants to like, oh, I want to buy myself something nice, I want to take out $1,000. Can she do that?
Yes. Yes. And she has. And I've seen her do it. She has her own card. I would know that because I've been shopping with Milena. So yes, she does have her own card. Yes, she does have that ability. What the fuck? Yeah.
Because I don't think she could. Like, if that's the case, is this why she filed?
Okay, so you say, I don't think she could, even though you don't even know these people. What the fuck are you doing?
Like she was emotionally or financially abused. And what was the second motion? I don't have ish to my effing name. Credit history, zero investment, $0 in my name because you think I'm crazy. See, that's also not true because you have half of everything, bro.
This is actually completely true, by the way. I would like to remind you, Nmplol says you have half of everything. And that's demonstrably true. And you want to know why that is? Because when they got divorced, he said, here's half of everything. This is yours. No arguments, no bad mouth, no being difficult. He immediately offered her 50% of everything. And then this entitled cunt says, no, that's not enough. I want 60-40. This isn't allegations. This isn't accusations. These are things that we have seen with our own eye. Now, 2 years ago, if we would have seen these when these came out, they would look bad. But Nmplol has acted true to every word he has possibly said. So you cannot give him any shit because everything he is preaching, he has done. Let's keep going here. Guys. True or no? Nmplol offered her 50% of everything the moment they got divorced, even though Milena treated him like shit. There is no foul play. There is no being difficult. Everything he said he was going to do, he fucking did. And I think that's pretty fucking admirable. I do. I think he's being quite reasonable. So I don't know why this little, well, let me rephrase it. I know why these people like this exist. They go in with the worst interpretation of every single person's issues, and then they laugh at it. And it's pathetic. And do you want to know why? I'm going to go even further. Listen, guys, I understand Nmplol made a bad joke about the Guadalupe River. And I understand a lot of people still haven't forgiven him for that. Nmplol has always been good to me. And I respect that. Now, maybe he should talk to me behind the scenes. I don't care. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. The reality is, Nmplol, are there things that he does deserve shit for? Absolutely. This is not one of them. You can call him a douchebag. You can call him an asshole. You can call him cringe. But if you want to call him a bad partner, you absolutely cannot do that. I've seen how NMP and Milena act behind the scenes. They were always good. And I understand a lot of his friends don't want to talk about it because they hate saying that women are wrong. Milena is 100% wrong in this situation. Why do you think NMP within weeks has a new girlfriend and they've happily moved on and Milena is still miserable and single? Because she was the fucking problem. Do you see Catchy? She's smiling. She's happy. They're loving their life together. And we're going to sit here and pretend that Milena wasn't the issue. This is insane. And you have these people who just want to spin everything and call these people fucking liars because it's self-serving, because this guy wants to be a drama farmer and fuck up somebody else's life. We've already seen the facts. This guy's weakness is anybody who has the ability to Google shit. And we do. We do. Well, once again, I'm going to have Nick's back here. I'm going to show you this. Did Nmplol offer Milena a 50-50 split on all assets? Anybody can go to these people's videos and just grok what they're saying. Okay? Milena says, I don't have access to 50% of this stuff. Nmplol says 50% of this is yours. Yes, Nmplol, Nick Pollum, offered Milena Tootie, a 50-50 split on assets. Everything Nick said he was going to do, everything he said in these Discord screenshots is entirely real. And you have this deranged psychopath calling him a human trafficker just because she's upset that NMP's moving on and she's fucking miserable.
This is gaslighting, right? If someone says, hey, I have zero money and I have an account with money in it that I can't take out, and he says, well, that's not true, you have half of everything. Talk about mutual respect in a controlling relationship.
Brother, how is Nick gaslighting when everything he just said was demonstrated to be true? And that's why legal lawyers like this guy are a complete fucking joke. The fact that people take Henry Resilient's opinion on legal matters seriously is pathetic. The fact that people take Ms. Kiff's opinion on legal matters is pathetic. You should be ashamed. Brother, chat GPT anything they're saying, and you'll find out that they're completely full of shit. Let's keep going.
Accept credit, because that's personal. Okay.
How can retards like this just lie? Because that's the audience they cater to. This guy also caters towards Hassan viewers who want to believe that anybody that's not Hassan is a piece of shit. And that's crazy because NMP glazes the fuck out of Hassan. But when there's a situation between a woman and a man, these dumb fuck liberals are always going to have Milena's side. And this is NMP's misplay. These are the people he's pandering to. And NMP should really move away from the far left and come somewhere closer towards the center, or become on the side of logic and be a lot more alt-right. And I believe after this, when he realizes how ugly public perception is of women versus men situations, he's going to become a lot more right-leaning. I do truly believe that. Oh, I'm just going to say this. The majority of people who become right-leaning are majorly pushed there, usually by a tragic event that has happened. But let me tell you, things like Charlie Kirk or misfortune that happen in these people's lives are usually the reason why they become right-leaning, because then they become aware of the reality of the world. And the reality of the world, I'm not going to lie, it's really not pretty. Let's keep going here.
All right. Put my effing name on my money so I can see that we're equal. I already asked my dad. He said it's not a good idea. He's smarter than you and I combined. So you're like, look, put my name on my money. Why? I'm texting your dad. I wonder what dad.
Now, I will say this. Nick, you're a grown-ass man. You can make your own decisions. Let's make our own decisions. And I'm just going to be honest, I would never want to be in a relationship with somebody who says, let me ask my mom and dad first. Brother, you're an adult. Handle your own shit. This is obviously a misplay on Nmplol's part. And I can see how this is entirely frustrating for Milena. I can agree with that. Okay, I'm a reasonable guy here, right? I think Nmplol fucked up in a lot of scenarios, but I don't think he's an abuser. I don't think he's a financial abuser, and I don't think he's a human trafficker. Did he make mistakes? Obviously. Dude, going to your mom and dad for every decision? I mean, come on, bro. We're an adult here. Come on.
Dad said to her, like, look, daughter-in-law, or soon-to-be ex-daughter-in-law, yeah, you're not accessing the money.
Were they married? Yes.
Because if you want it, you could take all of it and vanish to Norway, and I'd not be able to do anything. All right, so this is confirmation for me. I interpret this as confirmation that she or they have an account in which he can take money out, but she cannot. This is insane. I wouldn't effing do that. And this proves to me that you do not see us as equal. You are controlling me. Oh my Lord. Why do you always have to move the goalpost every argument? This started with stream stuff and moved to this stuff, because the key component here is that you do not see us as equal. I'm not giving any person on the planet, my dad, my mom, you, your mom, LeBron, Jesus himself, the ability to financially ruin me with the press of a button. It has nothing to do with being equals.
I'm going to say it. I think this is absolutely reasonable. It's Nmplol's channel. It's NMP bringing in the money. There is no way in fuck I'm putting someone else's name on my bank account and give them all the exact same privileges that I have with my money. Absolutely not. Fuck no. Hey, that is incredibly reasonable. That is incredibly reasonable.
We make equal decisions in this house about everything, but not equal decisions about the money for sure, right? Then split our economy. Split it like it should be. Or we go to a psychiatrist that can tell you what you are doing is wrong. Find one. I'm down. You said that before, you lying F, and you've not found one. Controlling, manipulative lying F. You tried to make me find one. You do not remember? I found one. You called them the R word.
Hey, to be fair, a lot of therapists and psychiatrists and couples therapists are completely retarded. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it, dude. Finding a good therapist is so fucking hard. A couples counselor, you might as well sign a fucking death sentence if you ever go to one of those.
You wouldn't go to a psych.
Dude, let me show you this. If you are a man and you're going to a couples therapist, you might as well just agree to have your, let me show you this. No, not systematically or more often not in a deliberate way, but there are real patterns that can make it feel that way to many men and some evidence of subtle biases. Couple therapists are trained to stay neutral and avoid taking sides. Ethical guidelines emphasize multi-directed partiality, emphasizing with each partner in turn while holding both accountable for fairness and change. Good therapists focus on the relationship cycle. Here we go. That said, therapy isn't perfectly objective. Therapists are human and several factors create a tilt. Field demographics. Most couples therapists are women. This doesn't automatically mean anti-male bias, but shared gender experiences can make it easier to relate to female clients' communication styles. And that's the issue, right? Therapy format favors verbal emotional expression. Talk therapy rewards people who articulate feelings well, a strength many women are socialized towards. Men are often socialized towards problem solving or stoicism, which can come across as defensive or unengaged if the therapist isn't skilled with taking male clients. Now, while they are supposed to remain neutral, the issue is due to obviously, the gender bias and the way that men and women are programmed. A lot of couples therapists are a lot more programmed to hear what the women are saying and agree with it because they speak in woman language rather than male language. It is way too risky. I would never risk it. I would never risk it.
Psychiatrist that's less smarter than you. Hey, I bet you, Nick.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you hear them babble about biases, you know they're in for some my truth bullshit. Absolutely. It's very dangerous.
Fancies himself as the smartest person on the planet. Controlling manipulative line F, Nick responds, if you really feel this way about me, deep down, this is a brick anyways.
True.
You're all are controlling me. Listen to what you say. Read through the issue say. You're completely fine with your behavior. You're completely fine with me being poor. Besides the bank, how am I controlling? Okay, so is this him admitting that he controls the bank? It looks like it to me. I have to.
Okay, once again, you need to understand, Nmplol's money is his fucking money. You don't need to give someone else access to all of your fucking money just because you're married to them. You can have boundaries. I would like to remind you, Nmplol was a successful streamer before Milena, and he remained a successful streamer after Milena. Milena was not successful before NMP, and she's not successful now. You do not need to just say, well, now that we're in a relationship, we both get access to everybody's bank accounts. You do not need to do that. Better yet, let's double check. Let's see what Grok thinks. No, you are not required to give your spouse total access and control of your bank account just because you got married. Obviously, you don't need to do that.
Ask you for anything.
You want me to tell you what's actually happening here? And I'm going to break it down for you. Melina is once again being a greedy. Nmplol offered her with no fights, 50-50 of everything. And she said, no, that's not enough. I want 60-40. Milena is a entitled, greedy. It is proven. Let's keep going here.
Won't let my friends visit. Won't come to Norway because this person is there. Put your emotions aside. You're just lazy, depressed. Wow, he's telling her to put your emotions aside. These are quotes. You're just lazy, not depressed. So I guess she said she was depressed and he said, no, you're just lazy. Your problem is that you don't do anything. God damn, Nick, you landed on pretty thick, huh, buddy? Had me locked to the house for you.
Bro, are you criticizing a woman? Oh my God. Oh my God. I hate this reality where you just can't talk to a woman like you talk to a man. It's so irritating. To act like these are like oh my God, he called a woman lazy. I'll help her. Jesus Christ, brother. Grow the fuck up. This dude is so cocked, it's insane.
Years to cook you a meal that you were perfectly fine cooking on your own because you wanted to control me.
Control, AKA required her to do things that she had responsibilities for. You're being controlled. Oh, hey, Milena, well, I pay for every bill in the entire house. Do you mind making me a sandwich? Oh my God, I'm literally being oppressed right now. Good God, this is such TikTok feminist bullshit.
Does so many things like these. Don't listen to my boundaries. What's okay? What's not to say on stream?
Had me locked to the house for years. You gave me a place to live. God, this is such manipulative language. It's insane. Like, good God, bro. Can we just call these fucking people out yet? I don't care if this is the death of my career, calling out women for being lying, miserable, manipulative cunts. I'm doing this forever because so many people are afraid of just calling women out on their bullshit. I've seen hundreds of women just like this. And it's pathetic that these people pander to them. And it sucks that this behavior is empowered. Believe all women. How about I believe all proof?
Like, bro. Want your friends to visit the week we come back from streaming after 1 month off? Okay, so I'm guessing he's like, no, we need to lock in, Milena. We just took a vacation. No friends. We need to lock in and get this money. Yep. Just don't give a F. Don't respect me. And it effing shows. Everyone sees it. Oh, no.
Here we go.
No.
And her saying everyone sees it is her feeding in to the rhetoric of which her simp-ass chat feeds them. Milena is someone who bought into her own hype, saw the chat messages, and believed it. And trust me, the reality is women have the ability to become so consumed with their ego, and they will eat up all of the shit slop. I don't want to speak on somebody else's personal matters. That's why I asked for it to be cut. I shouldn't talk about it. This reminds me of somebody else, and it's very frustrating. Women get into a relationship with a streamer, their chat now becomes a third wheel. And that's why I highly recommend, if you are two streamers in a relationship, you're going to have to be so fucking careful. Because the things that you say towards the other person, the things that you let your chat joke about, it's going to become a problem. It will become a problem. Whether you want to admit it or not, if you are two people and you're having a public relationship and you are both streaming individually, there's going to be drama starters, and your chat will start fights, and it's embarrassing as shit.
Oh, Jesus, man.
It is.
Me not coming to Norway because a viewer lives there? How is that controlling you? Okay, so he didn't want to come to Norway. This is confirmation. Like, no, I'm not coming to Norway because that person lives there. I'm just now at this point an old, grumpy, poor hag who has made poor life decisions, and you want kids? I don't know if I can have kids. Do you know what PCOS is? Did you even bother Googling it? She responds to the me not coming to Norway because...
Let's Google polycystic ovary system, now also referred to as polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome, is a common hormone and metabolic disorder affecting women of childbearing age. So essentially, it's something that can prevent Milena from having kids. Okay.
Because if your lives there, how is that controlling you? Because now we can't go to Norway anymore. Okay, so it looks like she wanted him to come to Norway with her, and he's using the excuse that, hey, that person is living there. I don't want to be around that person, so I'm not coming with you to Norway. Okay.
If Milena is so miserable with Nick, if Milena hates Nick so much, if Milena has this huge issue with Nick so much, guys, why does she want Nick to come to Norway with him? If there was such an abuse, why is she expressing regret for not being able to have children with him? That, to me, doesn't make any sense. You know what I think does make sense? Milena is a fucking psycho. I'm sorry. I hate when I see all these people who get out of a relationship, and in the text, you see how much the woman wants to spend time with the man, how much the woman wants to have sex with the man. Then they break up, and now later they've brought him to court claiming abuse. And then we see screenshots of, oh man, I really wanted to have kids. Oh man, I really wanted you to come to Norway at the very end of their relationship. Where is the abuse? It's embarrassing that people like this empower women. It's embarrassing as shit.
Is that what it was, Nick? If you had half this energy that you have with me, that situation would be solved. So if she had more energy, that situation would be, what was the energy have to do with anything?
So you don't even know what he's even saying or why he's saying it, but you're laughing and you're dismissing it before understanding the context. That's why nobody takes you seriously, Henry, because you're clearly fucking biased, bro. You're so fucking biased, it's insane.
It's best for everyone that this stuff ends peacefully. You've been acting...
There. Very fair take by Milena. It would have been best if all of this ended peacefully. But then the problem is, Milena, is Nick offered you 50%. And then you said, no, I want 60%. You were the one who's not making this peaceful. You were the one who drug it to court and cost both of y'all $400,000.
Like you haven't been in a relationship for half a year. While her depression is festering, grandma passed, sleep problems, mom's sick. And now you've promised my mom to go to Spain and I have to disappoint her because that's just life how it is. So what, he promised the mom he was going to go to Spain and didn't show. Nick, come on, buddy. Now let's get to message OTK in shambles, doc. This petition was exhibit 96. This was mind blowing when I saw it.
Okay.
I'll actually just type it. OTK is in shambles.
Yeah, it is. It's been in shambles for years. I've told everybody that's been in shambles. OTK is no longer a content organization. It's now just a business. It's a computer company. That's all it is, right? And you know what? Good for them. I think Starforge is great. I do. Good for them. You know, I don't have a code, but I think Starforge is genuinely good PCs.
And in order for me to rebuild, I pretty much have to carry it. But
like with NMP's reputation being in the dirt, Soda Papa not wanting to do anything with anybody, Emaru getting viewer cap limit, Seer getting viewer cap limit, right? Like Asmongold's kicked out. I'm gone. Rich is gone. Schlatt's gone. Bruce is gone. Miz is gone. S-Fan exist. OTK no longer exists. You know what I mean? Like OTK, it's done. And it's been done for a very long time. And I'll be real, it's gone downhill ever since I left. That being said, and I would like to go on record, I think it is shocking how downhill OTK went so fast with Tips running it and the amazing staff they had behind it. Like, dude, Jacob, the man. Finn, the man. Jay, the man. Tips, the man. I genuinely believe it falls solely on the talent. And I do believe, and I'm just going to be honest, I believe Mizkif was the downfall of OTK, and that's because he made everybody fucking miserable. There was not a scenario that had nothing to do with Mizkif making somebody fucking miserable. As well as all of the staff saying, God, it would be really nice if Mizkif could treat us like we were human. You know, he sure view-botted events and had all the content on his channel. Wow. But he treated everybody like shit. And when the org isn't happy, it's going to fail. Obviously. Demon time. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a miserable human being. And I do hope he fucking seeks help. Truly. Because he won't.
Not going to rebuild it if half my effort is taken away. Damn, dog. So I'll give you your half, but I will quit OTK. Yeah, dog, I probably don't want OTK shares. If this is the sentiment, why would I want OTK shares? Why is OTK in shares in shambles? Why is OTK in shambles? The top streamer debacle caused the one contract we had that paid staff to be in jeopardy. Asmon's 2 days, as in Asmon goes 2 days, worse than the Miz Rich situation. God damn, dog. Did Asmon tank OTK? Jesus. Like, what is this? What is this? The top streamer debacle caused the one contract we had that they paid staff to be in jeopardy, so they lost the contract. That
top streamer sponsored by Progressive was really putting money in the pockets of the staff. It was very important to OTK.
Paid staff, so now it's in jeopardy. Okay, what do you propose then?
And it's not Asmongold's fault that people started paying attention to what he was saying, and it's not Asmon's fault that he told the truth. And I'm sorry, if you're losing a contract because your top guy is telling the truth, sorry, brother. You got to dump the sponsor. Talent need to come first because that's how you get the money. You can't put the money above the talent. You can't. You have to make it work with what you got.
That's why I wanted
Asmongold stepping down from OTK. That was the final straw. But I'll be real, it started declining immediately after me leaving. I'm just going to be honest. You know, Steak and Eggs was carrying OTK for years.
To call you. I'm going to go to the lawyers.
You know, we didn't take any money off Steak and Eggs for like over a year just to make sure staff in the organization was taken care of. That's how much me, Asmon, and Emmy wanted to help out OTK. Dude, we didn't make a dime off that shit for over a year just to make sure staff could be paid and the lights were kept on. Because we loved them. They were great people and they worked our ass off for us.
Propose 2 options on paper and show you since you don't want to chat about it, if that's okay with you. How come you don't reply to things? Are we not civil? Should I be worried? Melina says, just keep me posted. Sorry, I was busy. Fair enough. So since OTK is taking so long, I'm going to just type out the TLDR. Is that okay? If we agree to go to a lawyer and wrap it up, sure. What is Nick's big brain plan? OTK media equals completely out of money. OTK staff all before, people getting fired this month. Damn. In order to save the company, there have to be a massive rebuild with a lot of it on my shoulders. And I won't want to put in any effort if half my effort.
How much money did you make once you could all make money from it, dude, I'll be real. Like me, Asmund, Emmy, we made like fucking nothing off steak and eggs. It was really just because we all liked talking to each other back then. And when we were all done for like the last like 8 months that it ran, we each took 10% of the total profit of like the last 7 months. And then we gave everything else back to the org and the staff. We maybe made like 20K each. But the reality is that like that OTK steak and eggs was just because we wanted to talk to each other. And so we just did. It was pretty much all it was. It was a great time. Anyways.
Effort is wasted. Rather, put it into my own Twitch. I am currently number 7 on
But we probably made OTK the org somewhere between like $500,000 and $700,000 over the course of like steak and eggs history. And I'm very proud of that because once again, and I cannot reiterate this enough, the staff is everything in OTK. Tips works his ass off for everybody. The staff works their ass off for everybody. And just seeing how stressed Tips would get from behind the scenes situations that he was trying his fucking best to handle and people would talk to him like shit was so frustrating. I mean this on my whole soul. There is very few people on this earth that I ever felt were working harder for me and being kinder to me than Tips Out. And he never got the flowers that he deserved. Same thing with Jacob. Jacob worked his fucking balls off. And I have such a soft spot for those people because it's not really the OTK that I missed. It's that the fucking staff, man. And making Tips proud every single fucking time I nail a sponsor and nail an event meant everything to me because they worked their ass off. And I knew I got to have fun doing some events, get a little bit of extra clout. That's always nice. But then they get to be able to feed their families and work hard. And they did. They busted their ass for us, man. They really did.
Twitch and I have 30,000 subs. So he considers half his effort wasted if she is like ownership. Yeah, dog. Why would I want the company? Why would anyone want shares of the company? If he's like, yeah. Look, I kind of understand it. Since you want 50% of my OTK shares, I just leave OTK and it would end up how it ends without me. So he's like, I'm gonna give you half the shares, but I'm leaving OTK and that's the end of the organization. Like, what? Yeah, I wouldn't want these. I propose though, and we make this legal, obviously.
It is a shame though, because seeing all this, it's like, it really rehashes old feelings. I do believe at a point in time, OTK was the greatest content org that ever existed. Not anymore. It's a fucking joke. But OTK at its peak was so fucking good, bro. Loot Goblins was fucking awesome. S-Fan was such a good host of Loot Goblins. You know, for real. Such a good fucking host. I even liked the Trash Talk tournament before it was illegal to trash talk during that tournament. That was gay. You know, dude, to give Miz credit, I thought Miz was a great host of Schooled as well. I do. We ran such good events. Man, we did. But fuck, that is just a memory now, isn't it? It's a fucking bummer, bro. What a shame. Long ass time ago.
Instead of 50% of the shares, bro, when you see a percentage followed by a smaller percentage, you're like, wait a minute. Instead of 50% of the shares, you take 20% of my share of the sale of the company when it eventually sells. And then I'll work to save it. Wait, so after I get you out the company, I'll save it. But how about instead of the 50% of, his share or their share that she will be legally entitled to, he offers her 20% of my share of the sale of the company. I thought he offered her 50% out the gate. There were so many people who reiterated Nick Palome's talking point that he offered her 50%, only for Discord log to say, well, when it came to OTK, he offered her 20%.
Henry, this is about a selling of the shares. Milena didn't want the shares. So Nmplol offered 50% of the assets. And Milena said no. She wanted 60% of the realized profits, not potential gain of profits, aka shares. So this is clearly a talking point of Nick trying to explain to her how she's going to make money off of selling the shares because Milena did not want them. In the court document, it is already proven in the court of law, Nick offered her 50% of everything. This is written down. It's in legal documents. It was approved by a judge. It was seen. The public has seen it. Everybody has seen it. How are you trying to rewrite history that everybody in public has already seen? What is the point of lying? What is the point in lying? Why not go after real villains rather than make them up? The reason why nobody else is covering this case is because Nmplol is right, and they don't want to cover that to vindicate him. You are being schizophrenic and trying to make him appear guilty when he is not.
All right. A lot of info. Let me get back to you. Glad we're doing.
That soundboard was just about the cringiest shit I've ever heard.
You're doing well, though. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I wanted to share with you, like how and why all this stuff happened, but you never wanted to answer my calls, and I don't want to type everything out, but it's quite dire. Yeah, dog. I mean, this right here is quite dire. This is quite disappointing, but let's go to Petitioner's Exhibit 97. Any thoughts on the OTK stuff yet? Now, this is December 2nd, 2024. Remember, she filed for divorce in January. So he, I guess, had a moment of clarity. I'm sorry. For what? He says, I was scrolling pictures last night of us because I keep getting them recommended. 9 years you had my back. And the 1 year you needed me the most, I failed you. And I'm sorry. Is this accountability? Is this his I'm sorry for 2004? Like what? 9 years you had my back and the 1 year you needed me, I failed you. So is he admitting that he wasn't there for her? Man, Nick. Now look, when you think about this time frame, 9 years back,
man, that one out of context screenshot sure does look bad. I guess he's a human trafficker. Good Lord, bro. Get a fucking grip.
And this picture that just keeps popping up everywhere on X, Nick, 22 years old, and his 17-year-old girlfriend, DreamHack 2013, a lot of people are speculating when they started dating. So I did some research. Nmplol posted that he was in a relationship with Milena December 4th, 2013. That's interesting. And yeah, we know he fancies himself the white poo slayer. Okay. He did post this picture of them December 30th, 2013.
That is crazy how long they've been together. It's so sad. It's so sad what content creation can do to a relationship.
To boot, this is November 16th. This is before the relationship. She posted, next project, getting my cheek piercings back. She added, Nick, that I'm re-piercing my cheeks in Sweden. Nick says, nice. More hoes to fill. Wink, wink. Now, look, man. He didn't, like, when did he meet her? Did he meet her in 2013 or did he meet her in, like, 2012?
He's so cringe sometimes, bro. He's so cringe. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. What the hell?
But at the end of the day, Jesus Christ, more exhibits will come out. I promise you guys. But what do you think of these? Let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video. Peace.
Yeah. So, as you can tell, the entire video is just horrifically framed shit and out of context screenshots. And it's embarrassing that people actually think that this guy is even worth listening to. It's lame as fuck. It really fucking is. And so we have a response from Nmplol that we're going to pull up right here to finish it off. 4 minutes, should be quick.
Yesterday, you know, some super illiterate fake lawyer decided to, you know, release some screenshots from the case itself because he decided to pay money to get the case. So the thing is about that, and I just want to clear this up really quick. All that's already been scrutinized, debated, looked over by lawyers and judges. None of this is new. And just like how it didn't work in court, you know, out of context screenshots aren't going to win you a case. And it just didn't. You know, all that stuff has been already talked about. So what you're probably going to see now over time is because someone's devoid of attention, is just little leaks from the case itself over time to garner kind of hate and things towards me, which I pretty much expected. So what I have done now is, you know, I have got the name of, because obviously I have my divorce lawyers, but this sort of law is a little bit different. So I've got.
I think it is so unfair to so many content creators that the moment they break up, if they have a bitter ex, some of their deepest, darkest moments are going to be leaked to the public. I don't think it's the public's business whatsoever. And I believe that if your deepest, darkest moments from your relationship were ever made public, you wouldn't look like a great guy either. Tell me I'm wrong, chat. If your deepest, darkest moment was leaked to the internet, or even your deepest, darkest search history was leaked to the internet, it probably wouldn't look too good now, would it? And that's why I feel like it's so unfair to content creators like Nmplol whenever they break up with somebody who is a documented fucking psycho comes to light, because it just crosses boundaries I don't think should ever be crossed with a viewer.
Got the name of a different law firm to see if I can take action against this individual who just won't leave me alone.
I want you to imagine if your worst argument with your mother or your father or your partner ever came on the public, how quickly you would be canceled. Just think about that. And that's what sucks when you have very public relationships like this.
So we will see how this goes going forward. But it's sad that we really even have to do this.
Or even the shit that you type in all chat on League of Legends.
You know, it's just move on. You know, I'm sure you have plenty of things to worry about, you know, like your own lawsuit and, you know, your daughter that you're probably neglecting by harassing me all day. So we will just kind of go forward with that. And depending on what my new lawyer says, you know, we can go there. And I
Zokuva, I've literally heard you drop the hard R in Discord. What the fuck do you mean, nah, I'm a great guy? Are you telling me that the community on Twitter would not rip you apart for being a racist?
I actually have a hunch that there was some foul play that happened. You know, that happened during my trial. So hopefully during discovery, we can uncover that. And that would actually be fucking wonderful if that was true.
Yeah, I believe that all of these women coordinate with other leftist content creators in order to leak the story. And I do believe they're working behind the scenes with other creators that can be found in discovery.
For me, at least, because
But this is what happens. All of a sudden, all of these leftist political content creators all start talking about the case at the same time, very biased. Do you think Milena wasn't working behind the scenes with NMP's known schizos? I highly doubt that. These are nasty fucking women, and they're going to do nasty ass shit.
I have a legal ground to stand on that I'm looking for.
You think all of those fucking bitter exes weren't working with Mugen? Well, guess what? It was already documented that they fucking were. The same thing with all of Rich Campbell's allegers. They were all working together. So yeah, and they will coordinate these attacks against their partners because they're fucking miserable without them.
But we'll see how that goes. You know, going forward, it's people just don't leave me alone. Like, you know, just, you know, even yesterday, like that post was posted by some Ms. kid who just can't move on, and it was out of context screenshots, and I had to, you know, clear it up in the comments. It's just leave me alone. I don't get it. You know, I'm not bothering y'all. I don't talk about y'all. You know, I'm not mentioning y'all until you mention me. So, you know, we're just trying to go forward. We don't got, you know, now we have to get legal with it. So I didn't really want to do that, but it's just getting to the point where we just have to go, man. You know, like we came back, we had a great comeback, you know, things are good, everything's going well, and that upsets people because they're not doing well themselves. So they're going to try and, you know, come after me. And I've been nice up until this point. I haven't really said much, you know, even with all the...
He has. Nick has tried very hard to move on, and he's very good at doing that. I don't know how he does it. I'm a guy who cannot shut his mouth. NMP is a guy who's very good at shutting his mouth.
The legal stuff that I've talked about has just been reading straight up documents and rulings and things like that. But no more, you know, so, you know, you push me, I'm gonna push back now. So that's kind of what's gonna go on. So, you know, I don't want to do it. I don't. You know, I gave people ample time to stop bothering me, and they just didn't do it. So now we just gotta go. And whatever happens at this point. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. No, it's not demon time. That was cringe. You know,
demon time.
it's just. I'm just letting you guys know if you see any of these exhibitions or not exhibitions, exhibits. I think they're called. Exhibitions is something completely different. That's already been discussed. It's already been talked about by lawyers who are far more qualified than you. You know, and you've already seen the conclusion. So I'm not going to rehash. I'm not going to relitigate with the Reddit lawyers of the world. You know, it's already been done. And yeah, I get people want to paint me as, you know, this terrible person. You know, you can try, I guess, you know, but.
And I want to make it very clear. If I were to go in on Nick, and if I were to shit on him, and if I were to say, fuck this guy, I would get so much money. I would get so much success because nobody from Nick's chat is going to watch me, right? We're too ideologically opposed. But my problem is, and this is what holds me back in my career, I care way too much about the truth rather than optics. I will say shit that makes me look bad because that's all I care about. I care about being upfront and truthful with my audience whenever I am legally allowed to do so. And that's why I get held back. I don't do politicking. I don't do optics. I don't do any of that shit. I just tell you how it is and the pieces will fall where they do. I don't care.
But, you know, the court's already made their rulings with these sort of things. It's not new. None of this is new. It's already been seen, scrutinized, and, the lawyers came to the conclusion that, supported me. You know.
No, I will say this, Nick. You're not going to be able to sue Henry Resilient. You're not. Unless he's a Canadian citizen, you're cooked. The way that anti-SLAPP laws work here in America, he's literally legally protected on his ability to defame you because America hasn't caught up to date on the dangers of content creation. It's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit, but I'll be real, man. You're not going to be able to sue the guy. It's just not going to work. It won't even get off the ground. It won't. Anyways, that's the video. And I'm going to clickbait everybody into thinking that this is a video shitting on Nick, and it's going to be the exact opposite because I know what people are looking for. Everybody is looking for a video damning him, and I'm not going to do that. Do you want to know why? Because I actually give a fuck about the truth.